Welcome to Broken Tusk Rising, a Pathfinder 2nd Edition actual play in the Galarian campaign setting. We're playing through the Quest for the Frozen Flame adventure path.
I'm Shaun, and I'm playing Andreas Witchborn, the human magus.
I'm Jessica, and I'm playing Xankath, the halfling fighter.
I'm Janette, and I'm playing Jonesy, the human cleric.
This is Josh, and I'm playing Korgo, the human barbarian.
Last time on Broken Tusk Rising, the scouts interrogated a captured Burning Mammoth hunter. They learned what little the hunter knew and then released him. After a few more days of scouting ahead of the following, they spotted something strange in the hills. A man tied to a large rock, his skin strangely red. And that's where we're going to pick up. What do you want to do? The man doesn't seem to be moving.
Can I just kind of look around and see if there's any evidence of like an ambush or anything like
sure.
that?
Do a perception check. Or if you want to look for tracks and such, I guess you could do like a survival check.
Perception's good. It's 17.
17. Yeah, you look around the area. Maybe you see some indications that people have walked through here recently. You don't see any signs of a trap or an ambush.
What does this person look like?
Well, from the distance you guys are standing, which is pretty far away at this point, it looks like a human who has been tied to a large rock, and his skin is really red.
Like sunburnt red or like liquidy red?
Or like that is their skin color, kind of red.
It looks like it's unnatural. Perhaps if you were to get closer, you would be able to discern more detail.
Hint, hint.
I know what you're trying to make us do.
Hopefully that's tongue jack tied to that rock.
Well, there's only one way to find out, Korgo.
What is that?
Okay, we approach the rock.
Oh, okay. All right, good. All right. You approach the stone cautiously.
Obviously.
Does anyone else want to do some perception checks just to make you feel like you're being extra cautious?
Yes.
Yeah.
My placebo perception check is an 11.
All right. It makes you feel better, though.
Oh.
Mine's a 20.
20. Great. You feel better, too.
Okay. But I don't.
It's clear that this man has been horribly burned. And as you approach, even though you're probably trying to be quiet and cautious, he slowly turns his head in your direction, and he manages a weak smile as he looks at you.
Pagano knows you. The hate he has for you burns stronger than any flame.
And then he closes his eyes and doesn't move. This man is clearly on death's door.
Man, you brought Ashley in for one line just so she could die?
Right? Ouch.
What a great line, though.
Yeah, thank you, Ashley, for joining us. Ashley is here to play this character, maybe for a very short period of time. We'll see. This man is clearly on death's door. Do you want to do anything? It sounds like a no.
I will.
Jonesy.
Fix him. Somebody fix him.
Yes, I'm going. I just, okay. And Jonesy will kind of make his way to the front, slowly approaching this man. Is all of his skin complete? Like, is it sunburnt, or does it look like he's been roasting?
He's been set on fire.
Oh, geez.
Burning mammoth.
I'm very sorry, but I'm going to have to touch your foot. He will reach down and touch as little skin as he can, because burnt skin is really painful. So, 18 points of heal.
18 points of healing. All right.
Plus another
there's more?
8.
But why?
Because on a 2 action heal, you add another 8.
It was only 1. No, it's good. Yep. plus 8.
Okay.
Xankath is going to, while Jonesy's doing that, work on, with her dagger, on lashing this person.
Okay. Well, with this burst of magical healing, he weakly opens his eyes and looks around, and he looks like he feels better, but Jonesy, as the medical expert in the group, you know this guy is messed up. He is going to need some long-term care.
I do not understand why you do this. It seems like a sign of weakness. Avarsa says that is typical of the broken tusks. Nonetheless, I thank you.
He turns to everybody else. That's good. He said thank you, right?
Sort of. I mean, we're helping you because you are clearly in quite distress, and this is not the way anybody ought to be treated.
He looks really weak.
Yes, when you find a wounded person on the battlefield, you help them. A warrior in such a state does not deserve to be in pain.
Don't make him talk too much.
I should explain who all has come up to this this character that is being played by Ashley. There are two older gentlemen.
Hello?
And there's this strapping young man.
Hello.
Who is riding a moose.
Oh.
A moose, okay.
And there's a halfling with a bow. And there's also a saber-toothed tiger. And there is also a tiny, tiny porcupine.
Direwolf.
Oh, and I forgot. And there's also a direwolf.
Gotta catch 'em all.
Gotta catch them all.
Andreas will reach into his bag, pull out a water skin and a bottle of whiskey, and offer both to this figure. My name is Andreas Witchborn. We are scouts from the Broken Tusk, as it seems you have guessed. What is your name?
I am Aklep.
Aklep. That is a strong name. Here, take a drink of water. Let's get you to some shade.
Aklep will try to drink some water, but it's painful.
It is the first water you've had in like 2 days, and it's wonderful.
Xankath gets Korgo to help lower this person from the rock and move them towards shade. Does shade exist somewhere?
Sure, there are some trees nearby on at the lower side of this hill.
Yeah, Korgo's doing most of the work. Xankath is mostly just providing direction.
Korgo grabs an arm, and some of Aklep's skin comes off, and Korgo looks around like, I didn't do it. And then Korgo like, tries to put it back on, like,
Gentle, Korgo, gentle.
You didn't see anything.
Just kind of groaned in pain.
Aklep, how did you, sorry, I don't mean to pry or press, you seem quite injured, but how did you end up here, tied to that rock, burned in the way you are? How do you know Picano?
It was Picano. He ordered that I execute a hunter he's suspected of stealing meat from a recent hunt. Grippo was a good man, and I refused the order. Picano slew Grippo on the spot and had me burned and tied to that rock. I cannot decide if this is a show of Picano's strength or of his weakness.
Picano is a short-tempered boy. We were trying to make peace with him, but he was argumentative all of the way. If he is leading your group with such a lack of patience and respect, he's not learned anything yet.
He does hate your group.
It's because I beat him in a wrestling match.
That's how it went.
That's true. And Jonesy made some comments about his mother, but
I didn't know the whole story.
I don't think it's your fault, Jonesy. He couldn't take a joke.
Mostly it's just a matter of him having been passed up for leadership. He did not take that well.
Aklep seems like he has found Xankath to be the most believable.
Aklep, could you tell us where Picano's going?
He has gone ahead with a group of scouts, and he has others to slow your progress. But I don't know ultimately what his plan is.
I understand. Thank you. Thank you for providing the information you could.
What was your job amongst his scouts?
I was a hunter.
If you would like, we could bring you to our following. You could recover, become one of us. You could still be a hunter.
I'm grateful.
I don't know you very well, but I can already tell you that you are far stronger than Picano is. You show no weakness.
Thank you, Jonesy.
We said my name. Look at that.
I think y'all introduced yourselves.
Sure we did.
Aglep, I got some questions for you. What's Picano's status with the Burning Mammoth? Is he like what is he? Is he like a hunting leader or what?
Ivarsa, the leader of the Burning Mammoth, has been impressed with Picano, and he is a leader, a lieutenant of the Burning Mammoth now.
Why did he rise to his station so quickly? Is it just because his eyes are cute?
His brutality impressed her.
Huh. Okay.
This is many questions, but may I rest?
Yes, everybody leave him alone. Let him rest.
I do have one more.
Okay, only Andreas.
You said Ivarsa was the leader. Do you know the name Matuak?
It's familiar.
So maybe our suspicions the other day were correct. That Ivarsa is the leader, that Matuak is an older, more dangerous foe. Does Ivarsa still seek the primordial flame? Does she know where to look for it?
Ivarsa does seek the primordial flame and the destruction of the broken tusks.
So we are both running towards Matuak in a race now. Whoever gets to him first can claim the flame and save their people. We must make sure that we get there first, friends.
Picano is clearly not saving his people. Look at this man.
And with that, Aklep closes his eyes and takes a healthy, relaxed rest than he's had recently. And that's it for Ashley's guest appearance. Thank you, Ashley!
Thank you all.
Maybe we'll hear from her again.
Well, I don't know. That just seems like a crazy thought.
Korgo's gonna ask Jonesy, like, quiet. He'll be like, Jonesy, is Aglep gonna die?
No. Jonesy looks over. Is he still breathing?
Yes, but you think probably the wisest thing to do would be to take Aklep to Nakta the healer.
No, I think he'll make it, but we should probably take him to the healer. But this time, let's be gentle and not rip the skin.
They'll try.
We could lay him on a travois.
Do we have a travois with us?
There's trees right here, Mike said.
Okay. We make a travois. Or at
Great.
the very least, a
Stretcher.
But how do you hold both sides at the same time?
Doesn't one side have to drag on the ground?
Trace is just holding his head while all this is happening.
Oh my god. Somebody starts making a wheel and Korgo just glares at him. What are you doing?
Don't you dare. Yeah, so Nakta the healer is the head of Moose House. They are half-orc and the healer for the entire following. That's Xankath's house. You create a stretcher or a travois, and you carry Aklep back to the following and to Nakta. Nakta and the other mammoth lords are a little concerned about taking in a burning mammoth, but you're the scouts, and they trust your judgment, and this person is obviously really badly hurt.
Look at him. He couldn't hurt a fly. Brahm himself could watch the man.
Yeah, Nakta is agrees. She says, "Yes, this little man, he couldn't hurt anyone right now, but what if he were to run away and tell the burning mammoths more about us?"
You, just don't let him leave.
I have a hard time imagining a person who was treated like this being willing to go back to them. It's possible, but if that's what happens, I think we have bigger problems.
Well, you're probably right. We'll show him kindness and hope for the best.
Yes, show him that coarse hospitality you're well known for, Nakta. And
I'll slap him around in just the right way.
that'll keep him coming back.
Anything else you want to do while you're back at the following here? Does Brahm need a a bedtime story? Is there anything else that needs to happen while you're back here?
I do want to just clarify for the other team members here that I did buy a couple healing potions and some silver sheen for myself when we did that last shopping thing. And if you haven't been, I haven't been putting the gold I've been DMing you guys onto your character sheets from when I sell stuff. You should be doing that.
Just remember Mike saying there's not a whole lot of gold, so I've just been ignoring it.
That's why you have no gold.
Yep, that might be. I've only got 33.
Shaun, how much are our healing potions?
A minor healing potion is 4 gold.
Oh.
They don't heal very much either.
Sure.
1d8.
It might be good to bring somebody back or that's dying.
Yeah.
I guess that's like main benefit.
Okay, while we're there, I buy 2.
I do want to have a Brahm bedtime story.
Okay, great. So you head back to the hut, and I've actually forgotten Korgo's wife's name. Oh my gosh.
It's Anka, but I guess it's probably Ankakoa.
Oh, that's true. That's true. She's had a child, so you're right. So it would be Ankakoa now. Good point. So you visit your tent. Brahm is outside. He's cleaning a kill learning how to clean a kill that one of the hunters recently caught. And he sees you coming and then jumps up, throws down all his tools carelessly on the ground, and then comes running toward you. Daddy!
Oh, Brahmy, hey! Korgo scraggles his head. Gives him a hug.
Yeah, he jumps up on you.
And then he throws him to Andreas. Catch!
Oh, these hands were full.
I thought we were shopping.
Oh, my healing potions are smashed everywhere. You owe me 12 gold, Korgo.
Cool. I don't have money.
Hello, Brahm.
Hi. Did you kill some stuff?
Daily, sir, daily. What have you been up to?
Wow. What did my dad do?
He, had a moose on the head or something.
Wow. Is that your moose, Daddy?
Yep. What do you think?
Can I kick it?
Oh, only at the front? No, the side. Have to be careful.
Suddenly I'm worried for Josh's actual children.
They're still alive.
Yes, kids. You can kick the horse. Just do it from the front, the side.
It sure knows you're coming.
We just get visits from social workers. It's fine. They're like family friends at this point. Korgo wants to, tell them all the stories they've done. And he wants to tell them, every single little encounter so we don't have to live through it. But the theme of it is stranger danger because of all of the... Everyone is bad. There hasn't been a single stranger they've met that's been good other than Ashley, who's still here.
Shaggy.
Other than Aklep.
Aklep, Shaggy.
Good old Shaggy.
The nymph.
The moose.
No, but none of those are people.
Rumpy.
All of those are animals and weird things.
What about the... Oh, no. What's her name? The cowboy mapper.
Harbina Farwander?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yep, she was good.
She's halfling.
Maybe. But here we go, Brahm. I got something I want you to say. You ready?
Okay.
Repeat after me.
Uh-huh.
Only trust
Only trust
a broken tusk.
a broken tusk.
Good boy.
Only
Yikes.
trust a broken tusk. Okay, I got it, Daddy.
Whenever you see somebody you don't know that's not a broken tusk, just say that.
Only trust a broken trust. No. Only
so
tusk a broken tusk. Okay. Bye,
Got it.
Daddy.
Good job. Finish cleaning that up. You're messing up. I'll show you how to do it. You got the intestines everywhere. Gross, kid. Come on. I just don't know how to cook it. Still learning that. Learn that from your mom. I'm waiting for someone else to stop me.
I don't think he's here anymore. He went that way.
Boy left a while ago.
He's watching you do all the work, cleaning the animal now.
He's a smart kid.
Xankath, as you walk through the camp, some of the kids that you've taken care of, which you did for a long time, a lot of them, they're older now, and they want to show you all the cool things that they've learned how to do. There are kids, they're really barely even kids anymore, that want to show you how they've learned to shoot a bow, or how they learned to make something useful out of wood, or work with medals or whatever. There are all sorts of these kids that are all excited. They want to show you all the things they've learned. It's pretty common for when you come back to the following.
And Xankath takes the time and, lets each of them have a little bit of time, maybe gives some pointers and a lot of praise, and then kind of shoos them on their way so she can move on.
Right. Okay. Well, is there anything else you want to do in the camp?
No.
So that means we were on the first day, I think, of reconnoitering that hex.
Yes, the first of Seonrith, we spotted a man bound to a rock.
That's right, yep, and you were reconnoitering. So you are now back to reconnoitering. Now that you've brought Aklep to Nikta for care and visited the camp, you're now back to checking out this hex of hills to make sure it's safe. You do find, as you're looking around, some on the second day of reconnoitering, which is Serenith the second, you do find more evidence of burning mammoths moving through the area, some scouts, but you don't actually encounter anybody. And that means, now that you've verified that hex is safe, you have to decide where you're going to go next. Cue the travel music. Where do you want to go? To your east are mountains, to your west are plains, and to your south is more hills.
I personally feel like we should just skirt around the edge of the mountains, following these hills.
Do you want to head south?
Yep.
Yeah, and I conceal our tracks along the way.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I think you already did that after your travel Oh, I'm sorry. So this is a new travel activity. So yeah, after the first of today's travel activities, you do a delay action. So you want to conceal tracks?
Yes. First, I'm going to consult the stars.
Oh.
Because as we all know, astrology is real, and it has a positive impact on our lives. So I rolled a 5 on my D8. That means that I got a +1 circumstance bonus. The stars have directed me.
Awesome.
Mostly because I went on that bender on Desna's birthday. So I'm going to do my athletics check with a +1.
So did you say the stars guided you?
Yes.
Because those are real.
Yeah, but my interpretation of the position of the stars and their relative distance from other
Way
stars.
too long to get that joke. Oh my gosh.
It's not a joke, Josh. I'm serious. That's a 30 on my athletics check.
Whoa, a 30.
It's a good roll.
Thank you for coming to my astrology TED Talk.
Wow. Okay, so on a 30, athletics, yeah, that's a critical success.
Nice.
That means that burning mammoths will waste 2 days at this hex and go the wrong direction.
Yeah.
So I need to put some text in here.
Jonesy, look at this. Just as I saw last night when I was looking at the stars, this boulder is in exactly the same position that the constellation of the Great Dragon said it would be. I just have to move it over here so it's standing underneath the Virgin constellation, and then bam, everybody gets lost.
I just woke up. I wasn't quite sorry, sir. That's nice you found the same rock as yesterday. Good for you. I had a good rest, and now I think I could heal somebody again. What'd you make for breakfast?
The real priorities right there.
Oh yeah, listen. I'm getting better at this, everybody. Okay, so hold on. I stole some of the dried fruit out of Zank's bag.
What?
Zanks don't hate me. And yeah, I candied them, and I don't know what that means. But I did it. And I also found some eggs. They're huge eggs, so hopefully whatever belongs to doesn't hit this way. So we got some awesome omelets going. Did I do it right, Jonesy?
Yes. You did so good, and you worked on your sneaking. By taking the fruit from Zank's bag, right?
Don't tell her.
You moved south. You did a delay action. It was successful. You have started entering this hex.
Oh, and Korgo would also like to start training Greta how to trample.
Oh.
He'll roll for that.
You mean how to trample on command?
On command.
Ooh.
The 29 nature.
Wow. Oh, critical success, it says. Yeah, so I guess you succeed.
Cool. It'll take a little while. Take like a week.
Yeah, there is no critical success
Outcome.
thing on train animal.
Trading animals sucks.
Disappointing.
The 3rd and 4th of Serenith, you are traveling into the Hex. On the 5th, you begin reconnoitering, and I need to make your secret perception checks. As you're scouting out this Hex, Andreas seems distracted by something. Maybe he's looking at the stars and thinking about them or something. But Jonesy is on the ball. And as you're walking through this Hex, Jonesy, you notice that in the hills to the southeast of you, that Hex to the southeast of you, you can see from the hills that you're currently in that there is one hill over there that is slightly higher than the others, and on top of it is some kind of stone structure or group of structures, although it's hard to make out from way over here. But there's something interesting on top of one of those hills. Looks like it's made out of stone.
Andreas, perhaps your star science was trying to lead us over to that hill.
Could easily be an observatory used for taking better astrological readings. Or it could be another one of those stone mammoths that we found a couple weeks ago.
Could also just be a settlement of some sort. People.
That would be good. Perhaps someone to trade with.
Or at the very least, a cool rock for Shaggy.
You spend 2 days reconnoitering this Hex. That's the only thing of interest that you spot. Well, you know what, Jonesy, you rolled really well. You also spot more signs of other human footprints in the area.
Jonesy sniffs at the footprints and encourages Rumpy to do the same.
Rumpy sniffs them and growls.
Oh, yes, definitely. The burning... Why can't I remember anything about a long day at work? The Burning Mammoth.
And the tracks seem to lead south, though. It looks like they did not go toward the stone structure.
What choice? Do we want to go to the stone structure, or do we want to try and chase Bacano down?
Well, I think it's far more important that we get ahead of Picano than that we catch him.
Good point. Agreed.
Rocks. Rocks.
Rocks.
We go to the rocks.
Rocks.
Well, then. It's a solid argument that Korgo presents.
Just gotta yell it loud enough.
Exactly. So you head to the southeast. On the 7th, you do your first travel activity. And you want to do a delaying action.
I'd throw some rocks on the ground.
More rocks.
Oh.
Natural one.
You
A
pick up like
natural-
I
5.
hero point it. No.
One.
Leave it.
You can hero point it if you want.
That's if it weren't a crit fail, I would say just leave it, but I don't know what a crit
Yeah.
fail does to us.
Might be like a bit. I might have accidentally left a big pile of rocks pointing an arrow in the direction of us. So I'll use a hero point, even though it's not particularly heroic.
Yeah, what could Mike do to you in 20 minutes?
Oh, right. First, I got to consult the stars. Oh, another +1. Look at that. 26.
Okay.
Nice.
All right. You turn that critical fail, which would have been bad, into a success. Not a crit success, but a success. So that means they're going to waste another 2 days at this Hex.
I succeeded because I remembered I was a Capricorn.
You successfully disguise your tracks, conceal your tracks, which will cause them to waste 2 days when they get to that Hex. I gotta say, the list of confusing delays that you have put in place here is really piling up. It's kind of ridiculous at this point, but it is what it is. It's fine. You reach finally this Hex, and on the 9th you begin to explore it to make sure it's safe. As you approach this stone structure, it becomes clearer to you what this is. There are 5 enormous stones here looming over a clearing, like enormous jagged teeth. They resemble those at Rockloom, but they don't have any animal carvings atop them. There's also a large, pebbly round lump, about 10 feet in diameter, placed in the shade of the middle stone. And then there are 2 large stone piles or stone block structures that you'll have to examine more closely to figure out what they are. And then in the middle of the clearing is a peculiarly shaped stone and it's got maybe carvings on one side of it. I'll tell you what let's do. Let's go to the map.
No!
I was gonna
we
roll a
didn't get
religion
Shaggy.
check.
We forgot to go ask him to come with us first.
Oh, so I guess like a moose and a cat and a porcupine and a dire wolf is just not enough, huh?
Nope. I mean, not if rocks
But
are
he's
involved.
the rock man.
Uh-huh.
He's the expert.
That's true. You're right.
It is disrespectful if we go to a rock place without
It would be
him.
polite. Now, I want to point something out here about this map. Let me pull you all onto the map so you can all see it, and I'll let you decide where you want to enter from. For the moment, I'm just going to put you on the west side of the map.
Seriously, I think when we tell Shaggy about this, he's gonna be mad at us. That's a cool looking rock there.
Now, a couple things about the map that things I need to disabuse you of. First of all, there is no glowy thing.
Oh, okay, cool. Then he won't be as mad.
All right.
I was gonna ask, yep.
In fact, as will become clear eventually, there's not even possibly a glowy thing. There's no glowy thing on this map. It's not like if you do the right thing, a glowy thing appears. There's no glowy thing on this map. All right? It's not supposed to be there at all.
Okay.
All right, that's the first thing.
It is pretty though.
I'll use my imagination
All right.
to change this fully illustrated and animated
Animated,
glowy
uh-huh.
thing so that it is no longer present in the perfect center
Yeah.
of this map,
It's not even supposed to be there, okay?
like a clown's nose on the front of a smiley face.
Yeah, and that's the other thing I want to mention is the description here repeatedly says that this looks kind of like a face, which it does, and that it looks down on the valley below, and that it can be seen from far away. But here's the thing. If you read the rest of the descriptions, it's pretty clear that this would only look like a face from above it, like looking straight down at it.
Uh-huh.
There's no way this would look like a face to anyone who's anywhere else down in the valley. Like, if you were down in the valley and looking up at this thing, it would not look like a face. So,
It's a consequence
angled.
of two-dimensional thinking.
yeah.
It's angled. Like this.
I mean, it looks like a face to us. But anyway,
I bet you the cartographer for this was reading that and was like, dude, I cannot make a map look like a smiley face without doing it top-down dimensionals. And I'm so angry, I'm going to put this glowing
Glowing
blob in the
nose.
middle
This
of the
is
map.
bozo.
It's like, here's what I think.
Just really upset about it.
and to be clear, this is the fancier, higher quality version of the map that someone made. The original looks very similar, just lower resolution. All right, so it's not like the person who made the fancy version put a glowy thing that wasn't originally there. They did animate it, right? So they did do that.
I love it.
All right. Anyway, so enough about the map. Is that okay where you guys currently are? That's sort of the direction you're coming from.
That seems logical.
Yeah, I don't want to be in a straight line, though. I'd rather be in, like, formation.
Yeah, move yourselves where you think you'd like to be.
Those are moving sounds.
Okay, so what do you want to do now that you're here? Where do you want to go? What do you want to look at?
Andreas walks between this large crumbled mound to the north and the standing stones arranged conspicuously like grinning teeth to the south. He's going to step towards that center stone, and he's going to detect magic.
Yeah, that center stone is definitely... I mean, I know you can't pinpoint a location of magic, but as you cast Detect Magic and walk toward it, once it gets within, what, was it 60 feet? Or is it 30 feet?
Something like that.
Yeah, once it enters your radius, you suddenly get a loud ping. You get a sense that there is something magical within that radius, and it's this rock, you're pretty sure. It's not glowing, though.
Sure.
Yeah, I have a guess that this might be one of those
Apaku.
stones. Yeah, the Apaku, like when we met Adrissa Prendergrant. Can I roll an Arcana check?
You can. Or a nature check, either one.
First, I'll think about the stars. I can do that 3 times a day. And I rolled a 1, which is bad.
Uh-oh.
So I take a -1 penalty on this check.
Oh, Desno was saying something about big rocks, but I think it was about, like, in a whiskey tumbler or something like that. Anyways, magic stuff.
So -1. That's a 17 total.
that is still a success. Because you've seen an Apaku before, you can identify this as also being an Apaku. This one is a divination Apaku. And I'm going to assume that you're going to walk a little closer and examine it, probably? Maybe? Yeah?
Heck yeah.
All right, so you walk a little closer, you examine it. On the north side of it, as you sort of walk around it, and I'm not going to ambush you with some monster that jumps out from it, okay?
I knew it.
I'm not going to. As you're walking around it, looking at this Apaku, you see that there are carvings on the north side of it, and only the north side. You know from your examination of it that any creature that casts a divination spell within 100 feet of this Apaku will get a single enigmatic word connected to the fate of the caster, or the fate of whatever creature is targeted by the spell.
Within 100 feet?
Yeah. If you cast a divination spell within 100 feet of this, you'll receive a single enigmatic word.
What is an enigmatic word?
A mysterious word whose meaning or relevance is not immediately clear, but somehow matters for your fate.
I wonder if I cast a whole bunch of divination spells, if I'll get a sentence.
Now, I'm guessing detect magic isn't divination, is it?
It sure is.
It sure is.
Michael.
In that case, immediately as you cast that spell, a word pops into your head, and the entire stone turns translucent. Not a little glowing ball on top. The entire stone turns translucent. And that word is...
Helicopter bobble.
The fate of Andreas is tied up in a helicopter bobble. I'm going to roll on this list here for Andreas. You get the word years.
Don't have to remind me.
That is enigmatic.
So rude.
Yep, that's what you get.
Jonesy, this rock here, it's calling me an old fogey.
Here, let me try. Bastion, come here. You'll notice that Andreas just left poor Bastion here on the
Oh,
ground.
that wasn't me. That was Mike. He
And
dropped him.
He's gonna pick up little Bastion, cast guidance on him, and say, "Now go scurry off."
Is guidance a divination spell?
It sure is.
All right. Jonesy,
Nice.
you get the word Sarin Ray.
Oh, that's awesome, because I love Saren Ray.
But you cast that spell on the little hedgehog.
Yeah?
Yep.
It's target
isn't that
or
for-
caster.
Target or caster.
Oh, okay.
Maybe the Porcupet got a word as well.
Oh, yeah, sorry, Porcupine.
But
I can talk to Porcupine. I can talk to Bastion. One of his special abilities.
oh
he
yeah,
can
you want
psychically
to
talk
know
to
what
me.
word the Porcupet got?
Heck yes.
Foliage.
Now, Mike, I do have multiple different divination cantrips
Yes.
and even a prepared divination spell.
I'm going to straight up tell you that if you cast it again today, you'll just get the same word.
Okay, that's what I was wondering. If spamming it was
No.
going to be annoying for you
Nope.
or just useless.
No, it's just useless for you. Today,
Okay.
if you cast a different spell tomorrow, you will get a different word. Maybe. You might get the same word again, but you could get a different word.
And with my Arcana check, do I think that I get different results for spells that have different levels?
No.
Okay.
However, you do also, as you're walking around this Apaku, notice there's this map.
Oh, guys, I also found a map.
Yep, there's a map carved on the north side of this Apaku, and you can see it more clearly as the Apaku turns back to being opaque stone rather than being translucent.
Oh, neat.
We investigate it, and I have Jonesy and Xankath try to decipher it, because unless it's a star map,
No, it's not.
I'm useless.
At least you don't think so. Give me some perception checks.
Xankath is busy at the moment and would like to know if she hears anything on the other side of
Oh.
what seems to be a door.
A door. Xankath has walked over to one of these stone structures. Let me tell you about what that is. This structure is made of stone blocks, and a large slab of stone has closed up its entrance. It's blocked the entrance. It looks like a tomb or a cairn or a barrow, but it looks like this stone would take some serious effort to move. You listen, make a perception check.
26.
You listen very closely, and you don't hear anything at all. Complete silence.
Okay.
Andreas, you rolled a perception check on the map,
Yeah, that was a 16.
and is anybody else looking at the map?
Yep, Jonesy is.
Okay.
14.
Yeah, you both look at this map. Doesn't really make any sense to you. It looks like a bunch of scratches all over the place. It's pretty confusing. some of the scratches look like they might represent animals or something, but it's too much of a mess.
Maybe this is because we're not quite that familiar with the area. Xankath, Korgo.
Now that I've listened, can I go check out the map?
Sure. Make a perception check on the map.
29.
29.
Critical.
Nice. You roll at a natural 20. You look at this map, and you're wondering, what the heck is wrong with these people? Obviously, that mark in the middle is where you currently are, right? And the scratch marks that look like mammoths a little bit to the northwest, that must be where the Broken Tusk following is. And then there's a small symbol that looks like a round pebbly mound right at the middle of the map, your current location. And then there's a little scowling face with large ears up to the northeast. And then to the southeast, across a valley and back up into some hills, there's a semicircle that must represent a cave. And inside that is a box. And then far to the northwest, there are several tiny, curvy, fiery lines spreading out. And these must represent the Burning Mammoths, but they're so far away that they're not actually on the map.
Okay, so it was us.
Yep.
The Broken Tusk.
Mm-hmm.
A scowling face to the northeast.
Mm-hmm, with large ears.
Fiery lines to the east.
No,
and a cave.
Fiery lines are to the northwest, where the Burning Mammoths are behind you.
Okay.
And then a cave to the southeast.
So does it look like it's a snapshot of right now? Like exactly where we are at this moment?
Yes, it does seem to be that.
Cool.
Obviously, someone consulted the constellations and was able to tell the future and left this carving here to tell us all about the day that we would arrive here.
And in fact, as you're watching, you can see some of the carvings are sort of moving across the map. Like the fiery lines are actually moving very slowly across the map.
Oh, perhaps if we say, I solemnly swear I'm up to no good, we'll go invisible?
No, I don't think we should do that.
Why is this only showing us and the Burning Mammoth? Surely there are other beings in this valley somewhere.
Perhaps it has to do with what we seek.
This is the route that we used to take. Perhaps this is something that was set up by somebody when we were connected, before we split from Burning Mammoth, and that is why it only shows us.
You said there was a cave indicated to the southeast.
Correct. Across a valley and back up into some hills. Yeah, southeast of where you are.
Of where we are. So we're going to mark that on our maps to investigate.
There's one other thing I didn't mention, and that is that this last item on the map, that is knowing where the Burning Mammoths are, this has a mechanical benefit. The next time you try a delay action, you may boost your roll result up by 1 category.
Oh.
So if you get a failure, it becomes a success. If you get a success, it becomes a critical success, and so on.
Cool. One more question about this map before we move to the collapse building. Well, it's kind of about the map. I don't remember the Picano description well enough to remember if he has big ears.
No.
Does he have...
No.
He does not have big ears?
Nope.
Okay.
Different colored eyes, but not big ears.
Is that symbol in the right spot to represent Red Cat Cave?
No, the little scowling face with large ears, that's up to the northeast. So no, it's not in the right place.
Okay.
Did we get a description of Metawalk from...
No.
Okay.
So yeah, but we're definitely going to mark both of those on our overworld map.
Okay. You can only get a rough idea of where they are from this map,
Right.
but I will let you know when you're sort of approaching that area, if I can remember. What else you want to do?
You were going to describe the other building.
Yeah. So there's this collapsed building. This structure was made of stone blocks, but it has since collapsed in on itself, and it would take a large number of people a long time to excavate this. And whatever was inside is probably crushed. And if you read the AP, it says, whatever happened to be inside this thing is beyond the scope of this adventure. So...
So delete that from my notes.
Right?
Or
Yep.
we get the entire following to spend the next week excavating.
Yes.
We've got a good head start. We'll be all right.
Yeah.
And we got Shaggy.
Yeah, that's true. Shaggy would love that.
Andreas wants to take a look at this sealed up building here with this door, taking a look at the rock that's blocking it up.
Yep, it's just a big stone slab.
Andreas has been throwing a lot of rocks around lately. Do I think that if I cast Enlarge Person on myself, I might be able to move it?
You could probably do that without enlarging yourself, especially if you get some help.
Yeah, I mean, I've got a moose, I've got a large dire wolf here, I've got Maybe Korgo could, like, hold a rope or something.
Rumpy doesn't listen to me. He makes his own decisions. Just so you're aware.
Rumpy hears her name and comes up and nuzzles on Jonesy.
Oh, my number one man. Lady.
So then that will be the next thing Andreas wants to work on if everybody's down with opening up this cave.
Who wants to help? Korgo's good at helping.
Yeah, I'm going to help.
I don't think I'll be helpful.
Korgo, roll that. It's going to be an athletics check to open the thing. Do you want to roll an athletics check to aid?
Yeah, I just did. I got a 13, which is really good.
Uh-huh.
That's higher than, like, I can use my fingers to count.
All right, so
it's pretty good.
it wasn't a 20 difficulty like usual. I set it a little bit lower, but unfortunately not that low.
Mm-hmm.
So Korgo's big hands just aren't able to find purchase on this smooth stone.
I'm just consulting the stars. On a 2 on my D8, I gain no bonus. So
No bonus, okay.
I will skip that for now. And then I'm just going to check my spell. Does enlarge give me any bonus to strength? No, it doesn't.
Doesn't?
Just give me bonus damage.
Messed up.
So I will just roll athletics.
Okay.
Yeah.
24.
24, holy cow. You didn't even enlarge yourself, right?
No.
You just, so Andreas finds some notches on the sides of the door somehow that nobody else saw and pulls as hard as he can and just slides the door aside, and it drags across the dirt, and he slides it to the side. And now the door is open, and you see inside a passage. Cold air drifts out along with the smell of decay. It's very dark inside. But there is a passage, and it bends around to the right.
Bet you didn't think you were all traveling with a muscle wizard.
And Andreas steps through the doorway.
Okay, you step through the doorway. So the passage continues to bend around to the right. Do you use a torch or something? It's very dark in here.
I have my ever-burning torch.
Great. So you have your ever-burning torch out. You come around the corner, I guess? Or do you want to stop?
Oh, I walk through the door bravely, but then wait to see if anybody's going to come with me because it's scary in here.
Wait for me, muscle wizard.
Oh, hi, Jonesy.
Really cool one-liner here. And then Korgo walks through the door.
So Andreas, now reinforced, walks around the corner. Stop right about there. You follow the passage around the bend and come upon a stone slab with a skeleton clad in blue and white. But before you can get a good look at it, 2 figures appear from the darkness. And they look like this.
Oh, no.
Sweet.
That's probably fine.
And we'll find out what they're up to next time. Thanks for listening to Broken Tusk Rising. You can help the podcast by giving us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, by following us on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at The House of Bob, or by chatting with us on Discord, and most of all, by supporting us on Patreon. That's at patreon.com/thehouseofbob. This show is possible due to all our patrons who get special zines, one-shots, commentary, and currently, patrons at the $10 level get a Mega Dungeon level based on the tarot every month. Art for this campaign is by Shaun Makes, and art for social media is by Janette. Audio production and music are by me, Mike Hammock. Thanks again for listening, and roll on!
I know what you're trying to make us do.
Okay, guys, let's walk away from this.
All right. Thanks for joining
Thanks
us,
for coming,
Ashley.
Ashley.
We'll see you later.
I do not.
Oh, go ahead, man. That's dying.
Shopping episode. Let's go.
All right. Who's going to Sigbert's?
All of us.
Everyone.
Yay!
Oh, hello. Welcome to Sigbert's Shoes.
Don't play with our hearts like that, Mike.
Oh, I know.
This is kind of a quick side story about when me and Shaun were in Victoria, and it was just me and him at this lake, and then all of a sudden this like group of like 15 kids comes with these 2 adults. There's a sign about how they're going to learn to fish, and so they spend like an hour, right? It was like an hour discussing all the safety practices of throwing the fishing rod and how to reel in the string, blah, blah. And then all 10 of them like line up against the riverbank, and then like 5 of them, the first thing they do is like turn their bodies to the side and whip the fishing rod lines at like their partner, and all of these hooks and lines and stuff are going like all over the place. It was so terrifying.
I had to make us leave before
Shaun
something
had to
happened.
leave because we were like, this is going to be a disaster. Anyway, this is what I'm envisioning as all these kids run over with like spears and things like, hey.
I mean, these kids are probably better trained than those, but yes.
Maybe.
I was at the beach for 4th of July. Full. Like, you shoulder to shoulder with people. And some genius let their kid fish on this beach filled with people.
Excellent.
They only caught people with this fishing rod, everybody. And none of them were happy about getting caught.
Oh, yikes.
People are great.
I personally think that deserves a hero point, but whatever.
You've all got a hero point that you haven't even used yet.
But we could have
There's
two.
nothing wrong with two.
Yes, but what about second hero point?
That's good. Excellent.
I'm going to be stingy with the hero points and hold on to them right now. I'm all out. I'm all out of hero points.
That's a bad sign.
Hero point economy.
It's because Ashley's here. He's trying to
He's
look like
trying to
he's so
look
tough.
I'm mean.
He normally just hands those out.
I'm the mean GM.
Yeah, I believe that.
All right, now, God, it takes me forever to make this text tool work. Hang on.
Wait, are we supposed to be looking at this text?
It's just
Yeah, he
saying
just
what
hides it
happens.
later.
It's no big deal.
We all start to believe in astrology immediately as the words new text appear in the sky. Oh my gosh.
2 days? The gods have spoken.
What's Tessa doing?
Everybody lie down and don't move.
Mortals, listen to me. Waste 2 days.
Just soil yourselves. It's not worth it.
Can't even take the garbage out.
Don't roll on Shabbos.
Don't bowl on
Guys,
Shabbos.
is this how the weekend starts?
You guys,
We invented the 5-day work week.
This whole time.
Waste 2 days.
You heard waste 2 days instead weekly.
Yeah, weekly. Got it.
This whole time you've been working for the weekend.
Warning, the following outtake is slightly risque, but only slightly.
oh, is that a booby?
It's been a long time since I've seen a nip on Pathfinder art.
That's, I mean, it's even.
Been a long time.
Why can I not think pierced? I believe.
Xankath, cover my eyes.
This podcast isn't PG anymore.
Enhance.
And it goes away. That seems right.
Yep.